And using Goodwin's theory in this video, as you can see, what we also use is the notion of looking, or the reference to the notion of looking, and a voyeuristic view, which is used a lot in ours actually. The whole style of it is
it's almost the foundation of our video.
Although Goodwin's is particularly treatment of the female body, however, obviously we didn't have a female body as our main person, we just had a panda, but I still think we had quite a sort of voyeuristic treatment of it in the way we sort of shot things and the way...
Observational film.
Yeah.
You really are just looking at this panda and his surroundings, you're observing rather than you sort of like just get lost in the video and lost in the music.
Moving on to how we challenged conventions, because you can see where our inspirations came from, but we also decided to push the boundaries a little bit on the video. The first convention that we probably broke was the idea that because Absinthe is completely new to the market, she's not someone who's been around for a long time.
She's not instantly recognisable.
Yeah, people will not know anything about her unless they've been following her from day one. But this is her first release into the industry, so for her not to appear in her video, and her first video, made it very unconventional.
I mean, like, even artists in the genre have featured in their video, like the Nero Me and You video, even though they're not right up in front of the camera, they still have like a sort of cameo role hinting at who the artists are, whereas we really just don't, because we didn't want to sort of do things half-heartedly, we just wanted to go all the way out, secrecy,
do something different.
Rather than sort of hinting something completely different, really out there and individual.
And as we said earlier about sort of sticking with the club setting of like dance videos, how we didn't do that, the words "we're going to celebrate" sort of do connote a sort of club setting and dancing and all that kind of thing, but instead of doing the sort of typical club sort of scene with sexualisation of the bodies in the video, we kind of strayed away from that completely. Like, our whole video is very innocent. There wasn't, other than the one stealing the bike scene, like the whole video was quite sort of sweet and sort of almost childlike, rather than sort of sexualising the people in the video, unlike most dance genre music videos.
Alright, so the conventional music video involves lip syncs. You might have the band playing the instruments, obviously, like, because our song is quite techno and dancey, you don't tend to have that, but we might have had a DJ in it, which we don't have. We actually don't have a lip sync, so we go against the convention of most music videos. We chose to not have a lip sync just because, well, we've got a panda, you can't see his mouth anyway, he's not going to sing, and we just thought it would look better because it's a narrative and more like a story. We didn't want to involve any lip syncs, just like Coldplay Paradise, they don't have a lip sync either. So,
yeah, but although we did have the dance routine at the end.
The dance routine was inspired by, well, our prelim. We did 5 and we were involved in that. Right, so we've got a big crowd, big dance scene, simple routine. Like, I remember it took us about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to learn in the gym. Just really simplistic
I think
routine.
One of the things about the big crowd as well makes the audience, even though they're not participating in it, it still makes them want to get up and dance.
It makes you feel like, almost like a part of it as well, though, because you see this routine, it kind of makes you want to do it as well, and we sort of get audience interaction with that dance routine at the end.
Yes.
And like, again, big feel-good fun factor, and like, it's just, I mean, this isn't so much the dance genre, but it's the pop genre, and we sort of cross over into the dance genre. Like, we've got our influences in Nero, Chasing State, so like sort of drum and bass, dubstep, and then we're sort of in the middle with like the poppy dance, and like, so that's where we can sort of relate to a band like Five. I mean, we can also look at DJ Casper. This is a song from our childhood, but again, when it loads, we've got a nice, effective dance routine, really simple, and like, I think just the whole crowd thing.
It works when everyone's doing the same thing, and it just looks really effective on camera, sort of.
Yeah, and we definitely wanted to.
We needed some sort of element of a typical music video in ours.
Well, it's a dance genre, so we've got the dance.
I think this one, especially with the fact that it's supposed to be in a public place, and loads of people joining in the dance and the flash mob.
Flash mob is absolutely
quite
massive
relevant.
at the moment this year. Like, everyone's really into it. We've got these T-Mobiles adverts. It's a sort of postmodernism again, because we've got our culture references. We've got these T-Mobile adverts everywhere.
Glee did one recently.
Modern Family as well.
They did one in
lots of TV shows are taking it on. And
Beyonce did one in a school for
promoting
healthy eating.
Yeah, we've got these YouTube viral stuff, and like,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we also felt that would help make our video go viral as well.
Yeah.
Sort of,
I mean, even though ours sort of doesn't have the sort of flash mob element,
yeah,
We've
it's still everyone
we've
sort of coming
got
together.
the progression,
Yeah.
like the initial people come together
Mhm.
and then they're sort of just all there. But we really wanted to hit people with the
Yeah.
dance routine because up to date it's been narrative
It's quite
based.
contrasted.
So we
to the
didn't
rest of the video.
so much want to suddenly build it up because it might slow the pace of our video down. We just want to hit them bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a big group of people dancing. Alright, so as you said, our video is sort of dance meets pop.
Yeah.
Inspired drum and bass, we've also got our pop inspirations. David Guetta here, he features in his video. But we've got big crowd scenes. That's not David Guetta, but so like obviously he's not the focal of his video,
Yeah.
but he sort of features and that kind of sells the artist.
And you still
He likes
know
to
who
get
he is.
involved now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, you see shots of like behind and the side. You never like
Yeah.
at the beginning. They don't
So
immediately show
he's
them.
sort of constantly hinting.
Yeah.
But we're sort of like, that's because David Guetta's like an established brand. He's sort of,
Yeah.
having him in the video adds to the whole thing, like it will help sell. Whereas having our artist, like she's not a famous face
No,
at
it
the
doesn't
moment.
help sell the
Which is
video
just-
having
yeah.
an artist in it really.
Yeah, I mean like obviously you can create a connection, but
Yeah.
we think we can create that connection in other ways.
Yeah.
And this is something that our audience feedback picks up. I know it sort of
Yeah.
crosses over, but
Yeah.
they did mention that they would perhaps like to have seen a cameo appearance from Absinthe.
Just a
which-
short
which is
little
very
clip.
interesting to hear, yeah.
If we were to move on with new videos, then that would be something to consider. But I
Yeah.
think the viral side of the video,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
fact that she doesn't
should be in it,
appear,
yeah.
means that people want to go and look
Yeah,
at
with-
it.
without
and of course like the
that,
W.
Because
yeah.
it's a debut video as well, no one would know who she was.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would add that much to the video. for
Yeah.
her to be in
I think we should have had an element of the artist in the video though. So maybe a headphone, maybe
Yeah.
the headphones or something. That's like just one little thing I think we could improve on. But
Yeah, I
it's
think
not.
in hindsight, perhaps we would have done a good idea, but we do have like a strong consistency by not featuring her.
Yep.
I think
So,
it
like,
adds to the viral element,
Yeah,
which is
I
a lot what we're going
I think
for.
we'll
Well, we
happy
want
with
ambiguity,
what we've
don't
done
we? So-
because we've got the ambiguity, as Alex has said, and that secrecy that just makes the artist go. But perhaps dropping them in because we've got to listen to our audience, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what they would have liked to see. So, in the future, perhaps that's what we should have done. So, just to summarise that, right there, we've both challenged conventions of the dance genre and the pop genre, which we sort of cross over in, but we also conform to many of them, and like we've sort of picked what we want to conform to, picked what we want to challenge to just create the best video for ourselves and like, well, for ourselves, for our target audience. So